Wednesday, but today we're Thursday. I was downtown yesterday getting a haircut, and also I went to the museum, so that was super fun. I did some crafts, I did some painting and stuff. So here's some ocean waves with some glued on buttons, which was really fun. And then last week I made the starfish and the shells, and I put one of my starfish on a watercolor painting. So I'm going to do a tutorial for the ocean waves. I have an old one on my Heather Boyd art channel, but I'm going to do an updated one to show you how to do the ocean waves with the beach if anybody is interested. So I'm going to flip the screen and we can get started. Boom. There's the neighbors. And we're going to bring the camera around. There's my table. And hi, Maylan. Listening in the background. That's awesome. Good. Well, we're going to do some fun stuff today. So no worries if you can't stay on or if you want to hop on and hop off. Unfortunately, Amber can't be here today because it's not my regular day. But I didn't want to skip a week altogether. So I thought I'll just go ahead and do a live stream. And then if anybody wants to hop on and say hello, go ahead. And if you want to share some work that things you're working on, I could show them on the live stream as well. So, oh, it's Peggy. Okay, sorry, Peggy. I forgot that this is your new account. Yeah, that's awesome. Um, Amber, like I said, Amber's not here because she has a busy day. I think Thursday's not a good day for her. But we're just going to piddle around and play with some stuff. I have some beads. I have some twisties wire, so I thought I can use that. And I did a few sketches for some things with buttons here, so I thought I'll just do some flowers just for fun. Use the colorful wire. It's nice and springy. I might make some greeting cards or something with it, and I'll put those at the side. And then when you get the wire, it comes with these little things, like little instructions on how to play. I think it's mostly for kids, but it's fun to work with. So it shows you all different things. Oh, there is some with buttons too. That's so funny. Make little bugs from buttons. Hey, we could do a bug too. Why don't we do that? Have we? I don't think we've done maybe dragonflies, but we could do some bugs. That'd be super cute. But I also want to do flowers. So let's do that. And I have a bunch of buttons. So these ones I bought for the rainbow buttons. I made chandelier earrings. That's awesome. Have you posted them yet in the group? So let's have a look at that. And if you want to send me a picture, I could show them here, or you can share them in the group, whatever you feel like. And I'm going to see what I have for other buttons. I did separate them into colors. So maybe what I should do is get some little separate plates that we can put them on so they don't get mixed up. I'm just going to get some, not yet just finished. Cool. Hi, Lynn. How are you? I'm going to just get some lids, I think. I think I'm going to put these in the in lids to keep them separated. And we are just going to play around with buttons today. So if you guys are working on stuff and you want to tell me what you're working on, if you want to share pictures, you can send them to me on Messenger. And I'm just going to set up with all the buttons that we have. So we've got the reds. Let me move this over so you guys can see. We've got the greens. And what else have we got? I have those rainbow ones I showed you. I have some blues. I have some yellows. I have whites. I have purples. I have like the natural colors. I have black. And I have, these are sort of orange, I guess. So those are all the colors that I have separated. And then of course I have all these metallic-y ones. I don't know if we're going to use those today. We might. And I have another pot. This is my mom's old, my grandma probably's old button box, and probably my mom inherited it. But it's got all more like the natural colored buttons. So I don't know if I want to dump all these out. Well, maybe we'll stick with the brightly colored ones. I'm going to have a little sip of water. I do like the idea of doing the bugs though, because look at that. The twisties wires have these little bugs, and I've made little screen bugs before, which are really fun. That one's almost like a little ant or something. I guess for that you could use the black. Why don't we start with that as a warm-up? I almost like doing a little warm-up exercise just to break the ice a little bit. I put these other lids over here so we have them. And then these are some ideas for flower buttons. But let's just start and play around and make a little ant or something. That could be fun. I don't know if we want it with the black or not. And we could do, you could do 4 hole buttons. You can do 2 hole buttons. So if we did, let's try to get them in tapering sizes. We could do that type of thing, and then a little one for the head. I don't know what the smallest one we have is. Oh, I mean, that's pretty small like that. We can just do that. And here's a 2-hole one in case we decide to do a 2-hole one. And we can go ahead and play around with these. Yeah, yesterday I couldn't do the live stream because I was downtown and I went to the museum, which is really fun. I love going to the museum. Now, if we don't have black, I'll have to look in my other black wires. But I think there is a black in here. Yeah, there is, because I've used quite a bit of this twisties wire. I wasn't sure how much I had left. And let's just follow their instructions, shall we? They're not actually instructions, but yeah, this is for age 8 and up. I mean, probably younger than 8 could do some of these too. So it says make bugs from buttons, and I bet they have a website with tutorials and that too. But you guys are advanced. You guys can just wing it. And you have to, the thing is, you have to be able to attach it all together. And we can take this. Oh, this one only had the 2 holes. I think I prefer using the 4-hole ones. They just seem to hold their, like they don't wiggle around so much. So let's see if we have one with 4 holes that's going to be, I mean, this is a little large. It's a little too big maybe. Let's see what we have. That's a 4-hole one. It's a little, also a little big. It's the same. And actually the holes in that one look a little small. This one's not too bad too. It's also a little big. We'll put them out again, see what we got. There's this one. It's not flat, but that's okay. We'll just play around. Here's that one, maybe is better. Got a little texture to it. Okay, so let's put these back and figure out. My friend Patricia, who some of you guys know from Live Wires for the Win, she's one of the judges. She used to make a lot of screen bugs, more with beads. In fact, I kept meaning to do a tutorial for that, and I'm not sure I did. So how about maybe next week I can make some of the screen bugs on the, let's do that next week. We'll make the screen bugs on the live stream. So I'm going to jot that down, get my pencil, move that. Here we go. So we'll do that next week. I'm going to say next week we'll do screen bugs. And we're going to use beads, but also I have glass baubles that I used to use, and they basically were, you know, those glass baubles from the stained glass store. So I would get those, and then I would like put a groove around the outside, so when you went around like that and attached it, there'd be a groove that would help it stay in place. So I'll prepare some of those next week, and I'll do some screen bugs. That'll be fun. And then it's just in time for summer for you guys. Oh, you have to go. No worries, Peggy. Thanks for hopping on. I'm just going to be playing around now, and whoever can stay is great, and whoever can't stay, that's totally fine too. So I'm just having fun, and at least I have an idea for next week too, so that's good. Now let's go ahead and try to do a little ant. Now this one looks like he's actually standing up, so wouldn't that be cool if it stood up? And I think we're going to cut a piece of wire, so, and we can always add wire. So why don't we cut a piece that's about, I don't know, 15 inches. And we're going to go ahead and start with the end. And this will actually be good preparation for next week when I do the screen bugs, because I kind of forget how I did them. I know with the screen bugs that you leave the ends like that so they can actually hook onto your screen. And what I'm going to do is that'll be one for the feet. We're going to take this. I wonder if I should work my way up and then work my way back. And then we have these two for feet. Why don't we see if that's going to work? So we're going to do that, and then let's go ahead and put the next button up, and we want to bring them right beside each other, right like that. And then we're going to go down here. I want to just give it a little tug, and there'll be feet on that one too, but we're also going to do the head, and then there's going to be antennas. So maybe we'll go ahead and put all the buttons together first. We're going to go up here, and then we'll deal with adding extra wires for the legs. So maybe I'm trying to think if we should leave some, I don't know how, I think insects have 6, ants probably have 6 legs if they're insects. Let me know in the comments, because I'm pretty sure they have more than 4 legs. So we're just going to go ahead and put this all together, and then we'll add the feet in some way. Now, it looks like maybe the antenna should come out from the top. So let's try something different. If we go like that, maybe we should try to go down into the hole instead. We're going to see, because this live stream is all about experimentation. We'll go in there, and we'll wiggle this so it sits, oopsies, right beside there. Okay, so you have to kind of push it around a little bit, but it is soft wire. Why I'm doing this is because I want the antenna to come out at the top. So in the next hole, we're going to come up here, give it a good little tug. Hope it doesn't strip. It shouldn't. The buttons are plastic, so going down and up. And so you got a little pulled out of the way here, but I want to, maybe we can get our precision round nose pliers. Plus, this tweezy wire is a little thick. I'm guessing it's about an 18 gauge. It's definitely seems to be a little thicker than 20 gauge. Okay, there's going to be a little bit of a gap there, but it's this part that I want to get pulled out. We might have to push it with the pliers. Oh, I just broke my button. Look at that. Wow. That was different. Okay, so that happened. Probably because I forced it too much and I pressed it with the pliers, but it's plastic, so no wonder, right? Okay, so let's try this again. We're going to pull it out and get another button. So maybe the holes of your button should also have a little bit bigger holes too. Wow, that's unfortunate. It just broke. Is this the same button? Let's try this one. I think the holes are a little bigger. Okay, what I wanted to do is go down this way so that the antenna will come out the top. Now I hope I didn't damage this wire. We're going to see. We're going to bring that out. Oh, look at that. Did I put it upside down? No, it's pretty smooth. So now we're going to bring this here, and we might have a little trouble. Oh, it's not too bad. It is a little crinkled, but that's because it got crinkled the first time. So let's just have these out like little antennas, I guess. Let's see how that's going to work. And maybe you want to do like little spirals antennas to make them more obvious that they're antennas. And it's definitely more stylized. Like kids love spirals. So let's just do that to make it they're obvious that they're antennae. We're going to clip that and put that. So there we go. Super cute. Oh, upside down. How in the heck did I manage that? Okay, so that's, I'm just going to twist these because I didn't do that right. Okay, that happens. So we want to put this back here. So I'll just twist them in the right. So this is maybe not the best. There should have been a little bit more gap there. Okay. It's already looking like an ant. So now let's go ahead and bring that down. And we're going to bring this one down here. We don't need the leg to be that long. The other one I'm going to trim anyways. And this here. Okay, so we've got that one, and now we're going to get the body done together, and then we'll deal with adding legs. Okay, so we've got these two legs at the back. This we're going to go in the middle. We don't need that anymore. That's because those weren't even instructions. So that reminded me of, you know, when you find all those AI images of things made with buttons, that looks like this because it's not actually a feasible design how they've drawn it. You have to add like other wires. Okay, so we've got the body there, and now we're going to do like we did here. We're going to come up, down through the first hole. Okay, we're going to bring that down through the first hole. Give it a good little tug and a wiggle maybe so they're even. It's pretty good. I mean, they're not perfectly spaced. We're going to bring this one up here. There. Okay, so now we can do the antenna. And like I said, this isn't, you know, accurate as far as nature goes, but it does look like kind of a kid's version of what a ant would look like. There. I just made little spirals. You don't even need tools to make those spirals because this wire is so soft. I think I cut it too much, so it's not quite even. Good. So we have, so far, our little ant. There's the back. There's the front. I can always do, maybe I'll do a picture. I did open my phone, other phone, so I could take pictures. So let's go ahead and do that. There is the front. And the back. And then we have to add wires. Oh, this phone. Misbehaving. Oh my gosh. I think I need to update. This is so annoying. Isn't this annoying though? Okay, let's see if I need an update. Oh, wow. I don't know what's wrong with this phone. Because I have two phones like this. One was Mimi's and one was mine. She got a new phone, and I've been struggling with both of these old phones. Look, it's jammed. I can't even do anything with it. Maybe, oh, did it turn off? Oh, it died. What? I was pretty sure I filled that up with battery. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, look, what's it say? Hey, back. Back. Let's watch Heather struggle with her phone for an hour. Yeah, it's 95%. Oh, it's been 4 weeks since the last backup. Well, I don't want a backup. I just want an update. Silly thing. Let's go to settings. General. Nope. General. No, about no. Update. It says automatic updates are on. Checking for updates. Ah, sorry, I have to. Walking into the oh, nice. Have fun. That sounds amazing. Wow, county fair. That sounds so much fun. Enjoy yourself. And I'll just fight with my phone for an hour. No, I'm going to put that at the side. It's fine. I'll take pictures later. Oh, but I hope I have enough black wire for the feet. So we want, it's an insect. So let's do 6 feet. So we've got these 2 here. And I can't really go through these holes again, I don't think. Let me check. I'm pretty sure this wire is, if this was 20 gauge wire, I probably could go through these holes again. But because it's 18 gauge, it's not going to work. So let's try to do this, where we take one here, we're going to wind it around, and those will be the feet. I think we're going to have to do it that way. They probably will wiggle a little bit. Let's get another one. Because the other thing you could do is wind it and then wind it up here and then down here. That would make it more solid so it wouldn't wiggle. That's an idea. So we could try to do that. Hopefully it's going to be enough. And then we'd have to do the same over here. So we'd take this one here and we bring it around once. I think I'm going to have to cut a longer wire though. There we go. So we're going to put this one here. We're going to put this one here around. And it's going to get a little bulky, but I kind of have to do that. Otherwise it's going to twist and wiggle. So now we want it to come over here and around here. There. So it's a little bulky between those two. This one's not too bad because it's hidden under the big button. But this other one is a little bulky. So let's go ahead, bring those like that, and that one like that. And it'll just be a little insect. But I don't know, I don't think there's another way I could fix this, because the only other thing I could think is if I put this back the way it was, don't break. Yeah, I turned this around. So it's got the same thing where the lines are there, and then it hides all this yucky stuff a little bit. So that's fine. So then, you know what we'll do? We'll just bring those up. I think it's fine. You know, it's a little bit bulky there. Maybe we can press it with the, no, I can't press it with that. I'm gonna, but if you press it, but don't squeeze the buttons, just press those down a bit. Maybe that'll get it out of the way. Yeah, I think that'll sit a little more flat. We'll bring those down there. We'll bring that one down there, and there, and there. So it's cute. So, and then if you want it to stand, we'll try to get these all the same size, okay, the same length-ish. We'll just trim them, okay? I'm not being too finicky about measuring them. And then we're going to do this one. And then this one. Okay. So we've cut those. It does stand up. And then the other thing is, if you want them to look more like feet-like, you could bend them forward or to the side. Just with the pliers like that. Kind of cute. And we're going to do this one. And then like that. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun. Do you want them up more that way? Let's see, we could push them that way, baby. Yeah, I like them like that. So we're going to do like that, and like that. And this one, I want to kind of bend the head up a little bit. So see if we could do that. It's not too bad. Yeah, I don't want it like sticking up too much, but kind of like that. And now you can adjust these so it stands more. This wire is really, really soft. Now he's got his butt up in the air. Okay, let's bring this one up. I kind of want the head sticking up a little more. If I had a little more space between the this one and that one, I'd be able to tilt the head up a little bit. But right now, there's not a lot of leeway. You could kind of wiggle it. Just be careful not to bend, not to break that button, because that happened before, and I had to replace the button. So it's actually kind of cute. I really like it. And that was the idea from the Twisties thing, except they didn't really give me good instructions, so I had to make it up. I like it. Awesome. And then next week we'll do more bugs, screen bugs. Pretty ones with glass. I wonder if I could find on my, let me see if I can find on my Facebook if I have pictures of screen bugs, because I might. I'm just going to check. I like these live streams where we're like two people. I can just take my time, look for things, and Facebook. Okay, go to my business page. So, if you guys don't know, I have my business page, which is the Heather Boyd wire page. So if you want to see all my work, you could also see the work that I sell, and then mostly I post the tutorials though. And there should be a search bar. Nope. Where's the search bar? Up here? Nope. How do you search? Do you go up here? Sometimes you can search up here. Well, that's annoying. I was going to look and see if I could find the screen bugs. Usually there is a... Nope. All photos, reels, events, to more. No, we'll go to photos. Oh, reel, manage posts. See, I post, this is Beetlon. I work with Beetlon, and I do videos for their social media. So this is one of their videos I did for them using the jig, making dragonflies. So they shared it on their Facebook page, and I share it directly on my page. So that's fun. It's always fun to collaborate. Well, I can't find how I would search. Oh, here's search. Screen bug. Screen bug. We'll see. I don't know if I posted. No, that's too bad. If I might have, like eons ago, sold them on Etsy, but I don't know if I have access to my Etsy shop on this page. Let me look. I'm gonna look. You guys can look at and let me know what other things you want me to do with the flowers. No, I can't find it. I'll find it for next week though. I'll definitely find it for next week. So let's do some flowers for fun. I thought it'd be fun to maybe do some cards or something. So I do have some cardstock that we could put it on. And let's get some green for the stem. Okay. And I thought doing little ferns and stuff would be cool too. And I could draw out the pot after, or vase. I do like the vase. And there's a few ways to do flowers. We could, well, for a card it's cute to do that too, just plain. Or you could, I was thinking you can do embroidery. You can just draw the stems and glue them down. I mean, the sky is the limit for that. So let's have a look what we have. We have some red. That's all so pretty. I have yellow because we can stack these up a little bit. These are nice bright colors that I bought, the rainbow colors. I like those. Let's take out one of each. So we have the colors. We have purple, yellow, pink, fuchsia, orange, green, red, blue, off-white, white, light blue, brown. There. Okay, look at all those pretty colors. And let's see what else we have. Because for these ones, I want them to be more the stacking buttons. Although we could do some that have like the little thing on the back, the shank they call it. So here's like a shank. But how would that would be a little weird and wiggly maybe. But you could do that. This is pretty. I might use that though for something else. I like that. And oh, how did I get a green one in there? It should go with the green ones. Okay, so how would it look if we stacked some buttons up? Let's try that. I'd be meaning to try this anyway. And the thing, if you want to stack the buttons, you want contrasting colors. This is like a teal. And then on top of that, you would want a more contrasting color. So see how it looks when you put different colors? My yellows here are not very opaque, so you want it to be, although that's kind of cute. I don't mind that. I might need some thinner wires to put these together though, because the tweezy wire is very thick. It's like 18 gauge, so I might have to delve into some of my thinner wire. And actually Beetlon sent me some new wire, but I haven't received it yet. So when I receive that, I'll do a haul video. Okay, so there's some of those colors. What else have we got? Oh, we've got some nice purples there. I bought these at Walmart. Some purple buttons. I think it was Walmart. Fabricville has them too. And there's some nice colors in here. Maybe let me get a lid. I'll dump these out so we can actually see them. There we go. There we go. So we can actually see them a little bit better. And this too, you can, excuse me, stack them up a little bit. This one's a little concave, so that's making it a little problematic. So why don't we try green? And then purple kind of stands out, not too bad. So why don't we make a few of these little stacked buttons for flowers, like this type of thing. Not too many. We don't need too many because I have other ways to make flowers. Oh, this one I should have cleaned it before I committed to using it because it's, I don't know what that is. It's like a little piece of paint or something. I don't know if I can scratch that off or not. Let's see. Oh yeah, maybe. I think this is some paint. Just scratch it off a little bit. There we go. It's not perfect, but I may as well use it. I have it. I like it. It's flat. Okay. I find the purple a little dark, but then that's a little too close in the green family. If we have a light purple, maybe. I mean, that's better. The colors are important. Okay, so that's that. And why don't we try a couple more stacking ones? I have blue. I don't have as many blue, but we can get the blue. Oh, yeah, I have more than I thought. Okay, blue's gonna go in here too. There we go. Okay, so now we have blue. A lot of buttons. Now, do we want to stack some up? See, it's kind of cool when they have that little sunk in area. Like this would be a good one. Opposite of blue is orange. So we could put orange in there if we had, I don't have a lot of orange buttons. I have these ones. Oh, here's one that's not too bad. Okay. Let's see if that one stands out. It's kind of cool. It's got little letters. It says Puma on it. It's interesting. What other orange do we have? It's a bigger one. There's that one, but it's almost the same size as the blue one. That's the trouble. See, it's the hard part about these projects is, you know, getting everything you need for the project. It's always a bit of a challenge to find everything that you need, and then the assembly shouldn't be too bad. I find this one a little big, so let's skip that orange one. Maybe in the reds I might have something. Yeah, once we have all our materials, it shouldn't take too long. So let's see what we have. In here, the reds are a little dark. Maybe a pink. Ooh, I like that. But then can we put something on top? I mean, it's going to be hard to find the perfect idea. And like I said, like, can you put one of these ones with the shank? Yes, but it stands out a little bit, so it might be used up for something else. Okay, I wouldn't say that's my most favorite color combination. Maybe if we did a purple first. Purple pink. Purple pink yellow. It's kind of cool. It's less contrasty, but you don't need high contrast either. You can even do purple pink purple if you wanted to. See, you could spend all day choosing your colors and your buttons. And at some point you just have to say enough. Let's just make the darn flowers. Okay, so let's go ahead and assemble some flowers. And then these you can leave them as is, or you can put petals on them. So how about for the big one we don't add petals? Let's see if I'm going to try something. We're going to, I'm just going to use this whole piece of Twisties wire. And we're going to see what we're going to do. So let me remove the clutter, because if you're like me, you're messy, but you also get overwhelmed by mess. So let's do this. Okay. Okay, and let's push some of these over a little bit. See if we can move them over. I'm going to keep that stacked up so we have it. There. Pretty good. And let's go ahead and take this one. We're going to, hopefully the holes are big enough. We're going to go ahead and put those ones like that. These ones on opposite holes, because it's a 4-hole button. Okay. And then one more. This one here, it's a 2-hole button. Okay. Is my camera going to work? That's the question. And which finger? I think it's my thumb that opens this one. Did we do thumbprint? Nope, we didn't do thumbprint. Okay. Update now. Oh, I don't want to update it now. Let's see if I can get a picture before I update it. Or is it just going to be a pain? Okay, there we go. Let's try to get a picture before we have to update the phone. And then we're going to go back to updates. Settings. Update now. Let's see if we can do it while we're working. Okay, so we've got these 3. We're going to go ahead and bring them down towards the end. And then you're going to see why I want so much wire. Keep bringing this down. Bring it down a little more. These are still in the way. And bring it down a little more. Okay, so we're getting there. Push that in a little bit. Best we can. Good. Okay. Good. And good. See how easy that is? And that can be a flower. You can add petals or not. For the next one, we're going to add petals. But what I want to do is I'm going to do some twists for the stem. We're going all out. So we're going to crisscross. When I am right-handed, so I hold my buttons with the right hand, and with my left hand, I twist. So I want the bottom wire to go over and up, and the top wire to go down at an angle. And I just find that's, for me, the easiest way to twist, because then I'm going to hold the wires and do this, okay, with my left hand. So we hold them tight. And if any of you are left-handed, I actually had created like a phone stand where you can watch my videos in mirror image with a phone stand with a mirror. So if I think about it, I can link that up. So we're just going to twist. Okay, this might make for a thick stem, but see, now we can like twist and bring it down. Maybe I'll do it. Keep hitting my buttons; they're going to fly everywhere. So if I do this, and then what I was thinking before I actually started this live stream was, what if I just do my leaves like that? So just, they don't have to be big leaves. So just, I'm going to bring it underneath. So we have one like that. And then I want to keep twisting. No, this is going to go on top. Okay, so I'm going to keep twisting. See if it's going to work. Twist, twist, twist. And then this way again. So we're going to bring it up and down. But this one's going to come underneath because I want this wire to go up for twisting. So we're going to bring like that and like that. See, just like that. Maybe I should take a picture of that. Although, you know what? I could pause the live stream and take a picture because I think my phone is still updating. Yep. Okay, so now we're going to keep going. Twist, bring it up, twist, 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 and how many leaves do we want? Like right now we just have the 2. I could do another one. Do I want to do another one? Maybe. Do I want it on the same side? Maybe. Or maybe I just want 2. Maybe a third one. Asymmetry is always good. Okay, we're going to bring like that, and we'll do the twist. And now we can twist it as far down as we want it to be to go on our, I think will be a card. Okay, so that's cute. That's simple. I like that. I don't know how long it's going to be. So why don't we save that one? And we're going to do another one, but this time we're going to put petals. Oh, and I pushed everything to the side, so now I don't remember what. I think we did that. We did purple, pink, and yellow. And I'm going to grab a sip of water. And we're going to do something like this, but we're going to do some petals. So what color? Pink maybe, purple, pink, purple, yellow. Let's see what we got. So we've got yellow, might be pretty. I have a lighter yellow. No, that one's yucky. It's pale. We have pink, which might be really pretty. I like the pink. Okay, let's go for pink. How are we going to do this? That's the question. So there's a few ways you could do petals. You could do them little loopy petals. You could do more sticky outy petals. But why don't we go for the loopy ones, and then we'll do the sticky outy ones in another way. But again, we are going to need some kind of stem. So maybe what we'll do is go ahead, it doesn't have to be the same green. I have lots of different greens. It could be a more pale green. And I mean, it could be yellow too. Can you do a yellow stem? Maybe we could use, because if we do yellow, it's going to blend in a little more. Is this not going to look great? Or how about we do attach it with the pink, and then we're going to add the green after for the stem. Let's try that, because I thought the base wire should be the stem color, but maybe the base wire can be the petal color. So let's go ahead and put these through here on either side. If we can get it in there. The holes on this yellow button are a little on the small side, so I might have to get a different button. That's unfortunate. I spent all that time trying to find a good button and it's too small. Or as Mr. Kate says, I don't know if you guys watch Mr. Kate, she's a YouTuber and she does home decor and renovations. And when she says something small, she says it's too small. Yeah, so I can't find a nice yellow one, but what if we just went with the purple pink theme? We could do that. Or we could do the green in the middle, which might be pretty. Let's see what we have for green. That green. That green. We don't want it too thick. I mean, the green's not bad. I don't mind the green. It's a little, I don't know, maybe brighter green. Let's see. Yellow would be nice, but green's okay. And then maybe we could get the green to match the stem. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed about that yellow, but c'est la vie. Here's the more bright green. It's kind of a little more vibrant. I don't mind. I like this green. That one's pretty. It's a happy green. So now back to my dilemma. Do we put the green pipe cleaner or wire? Maybe. I find that green now is a little cool. It's on the blue side. So if we do a green that's more on the green side, or this one maybe. That one, yeah, that one matches better. It's bright. I think I have 5 different shades of green. Now it's a little smaller, this one, but that's okay. I might not do this one twisty though for the petal, for the stem. I haven't decided yet. So let's go ahead and put our buttons on there. I made one wire a little longer than the other. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in there and that one in there. If it's a 4-hole button, put them on opposite sides. Let's remove the pink one for now and get those out of the way. Let's put this one at the side and pink. I'm going to put some pink on there and purple. Put some purple in there. Perfect. So put those ones on here. Push this right down, and that one down, and that one down. So we have our stacked buttons. Cute. And then this will come down to do the stem. Now, if you don't want a double wire for the stem, you can simply cut that off. But what we're going to do first is attach the wire for the petals first, so we know where to cut everything. And I was thinking to do those loopy petals. So what if we just free-handed them? And those would go around the outside. How are you going to get them even, you say? You're not. You're just going to freehand them. But you could. Actually, it's so funny. I looked at my jig earlier. I'm like, I should bring this upstairs. And I could. See how cute that is? You could do them with the jig, but they won't be as kind of loose and whimsical. But you could definitely do these with the jig if you wanted to. There's someone beeping on our street. Probably some child in the middle of the road. We have two kids down the street, and they're always like running into the street. And they have, luckily, we have speed bumps, so that's a good thing. And they're constantly like going out on their scooter and their bikes and the stuff like that, which is great. You know, it's super fun. But I have a feeling they're not the most careful kids on the block. So I'm glad that there is speed bumps. Slow people down. There was one day that a school bus just went plowing down the street, and yeah, I'm like, whoa, who's driving these school buses? Okay, so here we go. Let's just keep going. And if you want them smaller, you can pull them apart a little bit more. They don't have to be right beside each other. They don't have to be perfectly even. And how many do we want? Maybe a couple more. And like I said, you could do this on the jig. All you would have to do is put a bunch of pegs one beside the other, and then they would be evenly spaced. This wire is very soft. Like I said, it's not going to hold its shape by any means, but it's fun. Okay, so we have a starting point for what could be the flower. Now, how are we going to hold it together? That's the question. And we want it, let's center it at the top. So we have like 4 petals on each side about. Now, to attach it, let's take this wire, the green one, and bring it around to hold it in place. Okay, so that way, but not too, like a little below, so you can't really see it, right? So we're just going to bring it around like that. I think just once is plenty. We don't want too much wire, and we're going to trim it. There we go. So that's anchored in place behind there. Let's see if my phone has finished its update. No, it's preparing an update. Well, that should be ready by Christmas. So why don't we get our iPad and take a picture of this. Camera. So that just gives us a starting point of how it looks at the back. Good. Okay. And we need these petals to come around. So we've centered it there. And then we want the petals. Oh, how pretty is this? Whew. We're going to bring this one around, and we want it to, and we can adjust these after. So we just really want this to come around here. Maybe we'll go, I think just maybe once. We really want it discreet, right? So we're going to bring this one around. I'm actually going to clip it here. Okay, I'm going to clip that one there. And I guess I'll keep these little scraps. I'm not sure what I can do with a tiny little scrap of colored wool. Oh, I wonder if you can strip this wire. That'd be cool. I'm going to try it. So we're going to bring this up. So you want it sitting behind the button, but not too much behind the button. So if we bring it about here, make sure the green one is right in there. Get right in there. I have to hold it, and then we're going to bring this one down. Okay, so that's looked like it's pretty anchored in place. We can go up and down. Speak of the devil, there's that little kid booting down the street on his bike. At least he has a helmet on. That's a good thing. Okay, so now we're going to bring this one here. We're going to close that up. And there. So that looks really, really cute. And then now we want to bring this one over here, and we're going to finish it here. So these petals kind of line up, and then we can adjust the distance after. So same thing, we're going to come around. I'm going to bring this one around. We want it to sit right below that other one. Bring it down here, and then I can trim that. Give it a little trim. And then we're going to pinch it. Okay. Pinch it down. There we go. Perfect. So that works well. Now all we have to do is adjust these. Yeah, see, these ones on this side were a little bit bigger, but we can kind of maybe push it around a little more. We should be able to do that. Push them around. So you see the back, simple, and the front. Oh, I find that so pretty. So we have this one, oops, with the twisted wire, and this with the plain wire. And then if you want to do leaves on this one, we can make them bigger maybe on this one. Okay, so we're going to go around. Okay. And then one way to do this is you could go up. We can do the other one right away. Well, we want to make sure we have enough wire, right? There we go. And we're going to go up here and around. Okay. So once we have our leaves, I just do it like this. So actually this one can come to the back. So I basically do a kind of S thing here. Okay. So it looks like that. Simple. You could stagger them a little bit if you want, but I'm just going to keep it simple. So this is here, and then we need to go over and catch this one here. Okay, so we go over here to the left of the stem, bring it around, give it a good little kind of pinch thing, and then it's going to see it's going to hold in place. Bing, bing, bing. So cute. Okay, so we have a couple different ways with flowers so far. Cute. I think I like the plain stem better than the twisted one, but I'm going to throw it all out there as options, and you guys can do what you want. So what's next? Well, we could do a different kind of petals. Look at my sketches. We can make a bunch of little cute little like lily type flowers. Wouldn't that be cute? I don't know if we have the right buttons for that. We can check. So we have those two. I don't know if I'm going to put them all in the same card or not. So look at, I have all these fun ones. I'm going to get another lid that I can put these ones in. I think these lids are a little narrow, so let me get another ice cream lid. I don't have another ice cream lid, so I'll just put them in a pot. There we go. Okay, and we'll see what we can do. I'm going to grab a sip of water. And what can we use? I don't know if this is going to work for little lilies or not. We're going to see. Because you also have this type of button that has the shank. That might be interesting, but I don't think I have enough of them that are going to work. I could pull out a bunch of them. I mean, it is a sample, so we could just work with what we have. I don't know if you guys can hear when I do this, if you can hear the buttons. It's very ASMR. But I don't have a lot of buttons with the shanks. Some of them are broken too. I have some cool heart-shaped ones. I don't think I have enough to, actually they're really cool. Those would make nice little lily of the valleys, but I think I only have two, which is unfortunate because that one, this one's broken. So when I find a broken one, I'll just throw it out. Can't really use the broken button. I have googly eyes. Oh, they're actually the sew-on googly eyes. That's fun. Here's another one with the shank. That's a bead. There's another one with the shank. I have a bunch, but they're all different styles. That one's way too big. I could just look through buttons all day. Another one. I wonder if I have enough of these that match. I have 2 of those. Here's a white one. I might just make a bunch of lilies just for fun. Here's a white one. It's funny, the more that you look, the more you see, which is true in life for anything. Okay, let's see what we got. There's another one. A bunch of those. That's pretty well it for the little ones with the shanks. Just a little more. Okay, let's put those at the side. And curious, we might have some yellow ones in here with the shank. This is a weird one. It's got like a double side. I don't know what that's for. And yeah, we don't really have much. So what can we do with these funny little things? Well, first of all, we have to trim this piece of thread that's in this one. But you could go to the store and buy a bunch of little cute little buttons with shanks that you can use to make flowers. But like even when there's a variety like that, it's interesting. But how do you make a lily? So I'm actually going to go to Google on my other URL. We're going to say lily of the valley. We're going to look at an image. Ah, they kind of like hang down, right? Mm-hmm. And I've done lilies out of the valley with beads before. So why don't we try it? This is another shade of green. This is a cooler green, you would call that. It's almost a mint green. And how would you do a drop down flower with that? Well, we can see. And maybe we're going to have to cut the wires too. So if we did this like this, I'm really not sure this is going to work. So we're just going to play with it. And if it doesn't work, we will jump ship. So if we go around this a couple of times, but they also have like a little bit of a cap on them. So I don't know if the cap is kind of like a spiral. Try it. Maybe. That doesn't really look like much. Okay. No, I don't like that. But what else could we do? We bring it around once. Maybe go around like this way type of thing. Maybe just like one time. But that looks kind of funny. I'm not sure this is going to work as I planned, but what if we just like go around the button a couple of times? Would that work? Maybe. Maybe. It looks a little funny. Let me look at the picture again for inspiration. Lily of the Valley. What if I did crafts? Crafts. Lily of the Valley crafts. Well, they don't really show much. Yeah. Well, there's a craft to make them out of pipe cleaners. Oh, but they're actually making the lily part out of pipe cleaners and paper. Oh, that's so funny. There's one to how to make Lily of the Valley with bow pasta. Okay, that's the cutest. Oh my God, guys. I'm going to save that and I'm going to put it in the, I will put it in the community section so you could see some of these Lily of the Valley crafts. Oh, that's a scream. I love that. What if I put buttons? I wonder if anybody's made Lily out of the Valley out of buttons. Nope. I think that would be a first. I don't see anything with buttons. Okay, so let's just go back and look at the flowers. They're just like little bells, little Ah, okay, I just had an idea. Let's go back. Okay, so what if they hung this way? That would make more sense. Wouldn't that make more sense? Maybe. But then you don't really see the flower, but it kind of makes more sense like that. But then do we have to do a kind of a spiral around here? Maybe. Maybe it has to come down a bit. I'm just playing with this. It's kind of looks a little weird. Kind of looks a little kind of mechanical, but I do like the idea of the lily just hanging like that. But I don't know if it would work or not. So we just have to, I think you just have to bring it around and clip it, I would think. Unless we brought this up and then down again, but then, okay, let's just clip it and see. So if we did something like this, this is probably one I won't use in my finished product, but it's this is where we just go and troubleshoot ideas. So then if I cut another piece that's, I don't know, 6 inches or something, and we bring it around here a couple of times, okay, and this one would hang down. Maybe we'd have to come around another, because it's going to slide everywhere. So what if we, okay, try this. I'll do this and try this. Twist it a couple of times so it holds. Oops. And then this one too. I'm just trying to twist it in a few places so it's going to actually hold. And I don't know if it will or not. Okay, so if we have that and that, and then we'll take another one. But these are a little big now. Yeah, because if we do it this way, they're going to just look like weird buttons. But then if we do it like hanging down like this, we're going to try it both ways. Okay. So that at least you'll be able to see what it does. So this is going to be here. We're going to bring this one around. Okay. Okay. So if you're to do it that way, let's get another one. This one's even bigger. I can do another one. Okay. So this way, I'm going to show you both ways. We're going to see how it looks. I probably won't use this, but we're going to try it. Because if you don't try, you don't know. Right around here. We're going to close that. Tighten it up a little bit more. Okay. So if you're going to tighten that up a little more. If you're doing a lily of the valley thing, if the buttons hang this way, they look a little bit more like lilies of the valley. But here, let me just trim this one a little more. And this should be centered the best you can. Okay. So with the shank showing like that, they do look more like a lily of the valley type thing. But they're not going to sit well on a flat paper, but it's interesting. So let's take a picture of that. Let's see if my thing's still updating. Oh, I think it's updated. Okay. So let's take pictures on here. So if we did that, that's one way. And then if we flip them, okay, so like they're like this. So this way, it will sit more flat, and they still somewhat look like Lily of the Valleys. Okay. I don't dislike it. We could have maybe had something that looked more like the top of them type of thing. Let's do a little more. Okay, so I'm going to take another piece of wire and let me look at my Lily of the Valley again to see how it looks. Yeah, they're kind of in little clusters. So maybe that could be a kind of a cluster. Maybe. I'm just trying to vary the length. So if we have a little cluster here, and then we can maybe do another little cluster down here. Let's try this. So I'm going to actually like do this twist thing because I really want it to sit nicely. And then this one. Hopefully that'll sit. Is that going to twist? I think it's fine. So we're going to do it like that and like that. And let's do two more. And they could be different colors, different sizes. Even have that little heart one, which is really cute, but I think I'll maybe save that for something else. Let's see how the heart looks on there. I mean, it's cute, all right. Let's do one heart because we can. Okay, so we're going to bring that one here. Okay, I'm going to bring it down a little more. Okay, so this one has to be kind of centered above the shank. So we're going to give it a little jog. Oops, I'm not on the screen anymore. Okay, we're going to bring this one around, pull it tight, and bring that right around. Okay. We really want to pull that tight so it won't flip. So I think I pulled that tight enough. We're going to clip that. Okay, perfect. And then one more. So we got a little heart Lily of the Valley just for kicks. Okay. And that. And then let's do one more. Is it going to twist though? It's a little questionable. Let's twist it one more time. There we go. I think that should be good. Okay. Twist it, twist there, and then one more. Could be a little one, could be a big one. We'll do a little one. And I have to see what the leaves look like. I think they're like tall leaves. Do I want that one? Maybe I want a bigger one. There's a white one. I like the idea of them all being a little different. Okay. But is that too big? I kind of want the smaller one because I feel like it's going to help the heart show up a little better. Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm going to bring this one around. And we're going to just go ahead and give that a nice little twist so it's going to hold. And we're going to cut that here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Let's give it another little pinch. So, I mean, as far as lilies of the valley are concerned, it's not awful. Definitely was a challenge. I kind of think it's cute. And I like uneven amounts of buttons. So we've got that. So let's go ahead and put these ones back and look at what Lily of the Valley branches look, or leaves. They're big, right? Those big, wide leaves. That's it. So let's have a look at if we can do something like that. Do I have another piece of this green? I do. And because I think we're going to need another piece for this too. Yeah, I think we will, because otherwise it's not going to be, it's not going to show too well. So for the lily of the valley, you would need a bigger leaf like that type of thing. Okay, and we can just go ahead and bring that one down. Maybe I can just go ahead and make the leaves, and then I will attach them after. Okay, we do like that. Just double check what it looks like. Yeah, they've got that nice kind of shape. So let's go ahead. I'm going to just twist that around so we have the leaves formed. And how are we going to attach them? We want to attach them in a way. This one maybe should have been even smaller so this can show up a little more, or we can have them like one on top of another. That's another way to do it. Kind of behind the lily of the valley. I'm not sure I like that. So can we make this a little smaller? Probably. We probably could. So we'll undo this. I want this to be a little smaller. So I'm actually going to like bring it down, curve it, straighten that out. Don't even really need the nylon jaw pliers for that. So it looks a little wonky because the leaves should be more or less the same size. But let's pretend that one's like a baby leaf. I'm going to go around here, because I just want more room for the flowers to show up. So it's going to be a little more stylized, which is fine. So we have that, and what we want to do is bring this around for the flowers. We want to make sure it's up enough, and we're going to bring it around and down. Okay, so that works well. This is going to come down like that. This one goes like that. Looks pretty good. I mean, is it the best flower I've ever made? No, but it's okay. And if you want to do another third leaf, I guess you probably could. Like if you want to make it really leafy, can you make that one higher or lower? Let me look at the picture again. Maybe not too high. So say you did want to do another leaf, just go ahead and we have the wire. And then bring it, like maybe make it more of a bend. Okay, and then out and in. Yeah. Ooh, I like it when they're a little more pointy. So if you want to make them more pointy, you just use your flat pliers. And I just go in and point them out a little bit. Okay. It just makes them a little more pointy. Ooh, I kind of like the 3 leaves. And then we can just bring it around here. And I'm going to go ahead and clip that. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to attach these yet. So I'll keep my scraps. I could probably do something with them. Remember, I was going to try to strip the wire too. So let's go ahead and pinch that to hold it together. Yeah, interesting. So voila, lily of the valley. And we want to also anchor this in place a little bit. Maybe I'll bring this up. Should this one come down? Maybe I'll bring this one up because I feel like this needs to be anchored together a little bit. So we're going to bring this back through here and just attach these leaves to the stem even once, just to get it a little bit more secure. That's fine. It's going to be probably attached on a board anyways. Okay, so we've got Lily of the Valley. We have Fancy Flower. We have this with the twisted base. I mean, they don't necessarily fit together, but they're cool. So the question is, do I want to put them together? I'm going to have a sip of water. I kind of just like them on their own. So if we're going to do something like that, you could even like paint the base or do a collage with paper. Could be interesting. And then these would stick out at the top. Now, do they all look good together? Not necessarily. I feel like this one doesn't look that good, but what if we just took them out for a sec and we put this and this? Or we just use this one with a few little simple things. I could keep those at the side. Let me just put those at the side for now. Because the other thing we could do is just do a bunch of little like stacked buttony things. Now, if I had any flower shaped buttons, that'd be perfect. Like this is kind of cool. Because maybe what we could do is just get some scraps of wire and just make a bunch of like random flowers to go in a pot. And then I can cut a piece of paper. I actually have this left over from my workshop yesterday. I wonder if I could use that. It's not that big. And then we could do a kind of a I think it's not big enough. Okay, let's cut a piece of this. Oh, I think I stepped on that. Okay, let's just cut it. I did bring my scissors out. I'll cut this one. Put that there, and then we're gonna bend it here. And I think it will be a little wider than the other one, so it should be good. And then I have greeting cards that we can put it on as well. I have some tape. Okay. So let me get my cards. We have that. That actually reminds me I have to order some cards. So I'm going to write that down too. Order cards. Okay. Now, let's see what I have left for my greeting cards. Because these ones I use when I sell my cards at Viva Vida, and I have a few left. So this is from Michael. So we could do that or green. Let's keep them both out, and then we have an envelope. Okay. And now I'm going to get tape. If I can find it. I have two-sided tape. And let me see what I have for my construction paper. That might be a little much. I have brown. I don't know if red might be a little much. Maybe brown. Red's a little strong, but I could use brown. I'll just cut a piece of this. Okay. Now, what if we did a flower pot or a vase. Maybe a vase would be nicer. Yeah. And then I could do a nicer color because this isn't that nice. Let's see if I have a better color for a vase. Let's see. Let's see what I have. I have green. I have turquoise. Purple. Okay. Let's try these ones. Well, I have green. That doesn't show up so well. I have this. It's kind of pretty. And how would you do that? You could do just a vase shape. Why don't we just randomly cut one for now? And then we're going to see. So say we do something like that. This is going to sit here. And we do like a, I don't know if this is going to work or not. We could do like that type of thing. And that. And then like that type of thing. We can always trim it after. Okay, let's see. And then don't worry about your pencil lines because we'll just flip it over. Okay, and then this way. Okay, whoops. Curve that out a bit. Okay, let's see if that's going to work. Could be like a little vase thing. It's a little tall, so that's okay. We can just trim it and maybe curve it out a bit more. Okay, let's see how that looks. I mean, it's interesting. It's not the best idea on the planet, but I don't mind it. So if we do something like that, and then we just want to keep it simple, I think. And so what we can do now, actually even this yellow would have been a nice color for a frame. But, so for now, let's just do some other simple flowers. And do we want to stack them up? Maybe. And we could have different shades of green. So here's another green. You could do some little ferns as well. I don't know the best way to do a fern. Let's just see if we can do something. Because if we do something like, I don't want too much like back and forth type of thing. What if we just did like, let's see, we do like that. Maybe we should like overlap them type of thing. I'm just gonna, that's the nice thing about this wire. You can really like kind of like bend it and unbend it. It works really well. So we've got like that. Okay, like that. And then we can go up. That. Try not to like twist it or anything. Just see if we can do it like this type of thing. Up. And then that way. Up. It's interesting. I don't know if I want to do ferns or not. I might want to just keep this really simple. You could do like a little bee. Wouldn't that be cute? Did I already do a bee out of buttons? I think I might have. So why don't we just go try to maybe stack some more. Well, this is the one with the shank, so that wouldn't work too well. And I think, let me go back to this to see if that's something I want to add. I just don't really love that, the way that wire is working like that. So why don't we just try to make a couple of more stack buttons, put them on there and then we'll call it done. Okay, so what we need is a few different sizes of buttons. Okay, let's see what we've got. We've got purple. We already had a purple one as a background, so maybe find a smaller purple. We've got some red. I mean, this is kind of pretty with the red like that too. I don't know if we could put something on top of there. Maybe another green one could sit in there. I mean, just simple, right? Oh yeah, remember the yellow thing wasn't a good size. I think that's probably the smallest. Well, we had the orange, but I don't know if there's any like really nice oranges. Let's see. I mean, this one's not. That's not awful. That one. There's some little orange little buttons. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, and maybe a medium-sized green to see what we can do. Can that go on there? On there? And they don't all have to have 3 buttons. Some of them can have 2. So if we had some with 2, some with 3, it's orange. No. So that one's that size. And then this is where I get indecisive about my colors. And then we have some blue ones here too. I find this to be a little dark blue, but maybe this one. Oh, it's got dirt on it. This one? Maybe. And then we have a turquoise. Could be interesting. And orange. What have we got here? We've got these ones that I put at the side. There's like a fuchsia's nice. But then we need a smaller one to go on top. Here's another green one, but that doesn't really show up. So maybe I'll go back to this blue. It's a little bigger. And I mean, in theory, you could put a bead on top too, but I do want to keep it pretty simple. I kind of like the orange. I just find it nice and bright. And what can we put on the orange? Maybe a green, that kind of green, and then maybe a little red or something, but little, like really small. I like that actually. So why don't we try that, or even this little red one? I like that. Okay, let's try that. So again, we don't need too much wire at the back, so we're just going to bend it a little bit like that. I'm going to remove this. I don't need too much wire, so I think I will go ahead and cut it here. So it's like maybe a foot. And we really don't need that much at the back. So let's cut it like 1 inch and a bit from the back. And we're going to go ahead and put our little one first, then the green one, then the orange one. I'm going to bring them right down, and then we're going to make sure the wire goes in the opposite hole. So if you have a 4-hole button, make sure you put it in the opposite hole. There. And then the same for the green. We're going to bring it right to the end, push it, bring that right to the end, pull it right down. Put this one in the opposite hole, this one here in the opposite hole. Perfect. Oh, I put them upside down. Does it matter? This one I think I'll flip. Okay. The green one and the red one doesn't really matter, but this one I do want the little edge to be showing. Oh, I like that. Okay. And then all you have to do is we're going to bring this one that way and that way. I'm not even going to worry about like doing much of a twist or anything. You could leave this end to poke into the, you could do that. We can leave that there and we're going to poke it into the card. That might be a good idea. And then we want, this is going to be here. This is going to be about here. Where's my sketch? You don't even need leaves on all of them. They're going to look a little bit like lollipops, but I think I will do little leaves. So again, we're going to go like that and like that. And if you don't want them beside each other, go ahead and bring this one around to secure it. And then a little further down, you can make another one. Bend it to the inside. Yeah, I guess I bent it to the inside. Here and here and around. Now, if you have more wire, you can do a third. You can do a third leaf if you want. Whatever you want. Okay, so we have that one, that one. Do we want to do another leaf maybe? No, it might not be enough wire. Okay. Oh, but if you don't have enough wire and you do want another leaf, just make this one a little smaller. Because we don't want them all the same size anyways. Make that one a little smaller. Okay. And then we're going to make this one not too big. That's fine. They're different sizes. Okay. If you want 3, it's really up to you. Okay, so we have those. We have some little leaves. Excellent. Okay, so we have that one. Now, do we want, I don't know if I like the 3 leaves or not, but it's totally up to you. So let's make a couple of more flowers. Let's make one with just 2 buttons, and we can make a different color. Well, let's just use different greens for all of these. Why not? So I'll cut about 15 inches. We're going to do the same where we bend it. We're going to put the pink one first. Put it face down. Go through opposite buttons. Do the same over here. Face down. Okay, and we're going to bend that one up and this one down. So simple. Now, do you want leaves on this one? Maybe. We'll do like skinny leaves. You do 1 leaf. If you want to just do 1 leaf, it's fine. So make this one a little longer and skinnier. And just 1. Okay, perfect. Good. Why not? This is all like troubleshooting, so you guys can do what you want with this. So we have that one, that one, that one, and maybe a couple of like little ones. And then we'll have an uneven amount and they'll be nice. So do we have any like really pretty buttons? Because this is about the same size. So let's, oh look, this one actually looks like a flower. It's broken, but we might be able to deal with that. Oh yeah, that would have been, that's a good one to do because it's actually looks like a flower. But what can we put in the middle? Maybe yellow. Oh, it's cute and that hides the thing. So let's do that one. We're going to get some green. Do the same. We're going to go like that. This one got a little crinkly. We can straighten them out. We're going to put it that color down. Okay, do the same on the other side. I'm going to go through the opposite hole. The flower button only has 2 holes, so that's fine. And it's fragile because it's cracked, so just be careful with it. Okay. So if I bring the wire down just under the crack, it's not going to show. It's not going to show so much. So that's cool. I like that. And I think I'm not going to worry too much about poking these through the cards. It should be all right. You get the idea. Because this is going to be heavy duty. So we have that. We have that. Do I need more leaves? Maybe not. Maybe we don't need any leaves on some of these. I find that to be a lot of leaves. Not sure I like all those leaves, but let's just see what we're going to do. We bring that there, bring that there. I mean, we could just make little leaves. Maybe I can just do them in a way that they're not attached like that, so they just look a little bit more stylized. I'm not going to twist the wire this time. I'm just going to try it like this. I'm going to make it as loose as possible. There we go. There. Okay, that's fine. Bring that down. Okay, so we just need one more flower. Got that, we've got that. Yeah, it's funny. I'm not liking these leaves, so I'm going to open this up. I find it too much. And we're going to open this up. I wonder if we could just straighten it with the nylon jaw pliers. I mean, you could do it by hand, honestly. It just straightens right out. Okay. So we've got that. You know what? I'm not even going to do leaves on this one. I'm just going to do it like that. And then we just need one more. So let me grab a sip of water. Do we want to add my lily of the valley in this hot mess? No. Or this one? Not really. Okay. So what if we tried something? Let me just think for a sec. And we could do something where we put the petals around the outside, which is what we've done. I think we did that previously. Let me see what we got. If we have enough of these that we could do a kind of a flower like that, that could be interesting. But I don't know if I have enough of these purple ones. And they're not all the same bead. They're not all the same. Actually, they're almost all. Do I have another one like that? Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. So we could do something like that. Not sure how we're going to attach them. And then put a thing in the middle. I mean, we may as well try it, right? So I have a purple wire. I don't know if this is going to work. I might need a thinner wire. But we're going to go up. Let's see, up and down. I guess across. But see, I might need a thinner wire. We're going to see. So we're going to go up one hole. Bend it. There. And down. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, we're almost done. We're in the home stretch. Okay, so we've got that, and then we're going to do the same again. We're going to go up. Whoops. Up. And bring it over a little bit. And down. Okay. Perfect. Give it a good tug. Hopefully we don't strip the wire. Even if the wire sits up a little bit, it's not the end of the world. And then another one. I could probably move these out of the way. I know I got a bit of a mess here. I'm going to move some of these. And move some of these. I got all these little bits. Oh, I meant that was to remind me to try to strip the wire. Okay. There we go. Yeah, we have a quiet live stream today. It's because I didn't do it yesterday and I didn't actually announce I was going live today. I said I might go live today, and I did do a survey to see what everybody thought would be the best day, and today was the best day, but it might help if I actually told people I was doing the live stream. And I always love having you guys here, but I also am okay doing this for one person. So, oh, now there's two, so that's good. Because I would just make crafts all day anyways, whether I was on YouTube or not. So here, this is cute. We've got these type of things. And then how do we want to do the center? We want to do the center bead, but we just see the best way to do that. And then we also want to attach a kind of a green thing, but maybe can we bring this one around and that one around? Maybe we could get a green. I'm going to just trim this for now. It's going to be easier. And we want a piece in the middle, but we also want to get a wire. Have we used all the greens? I think we've used almost all the greens. Is that a different green? I think that's about the same. And then there was this green. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've used all the greens. So let's use this pretty one. It's like a lime green. And I'm going to have a sip of water. And then we want a color to go in the middle. So to go in the middle of the purple, I mean, orange is nice. It's like a contrasting opposite color, but it doesn't really pop. Try the green. I mean, green's nice too, but let me put some of these away. I'm going to clean up as I go. Okay. And green's okay, but not great. There's turquoise. Not too bad. Red. Let's see what red looks like. Red. Red's kind of pretty. I don't know if it's a good size. Oh, what about one of these? A shank button. Ha! How about that? That looks good. Is there another color of one of those? I kind of like that idea. And I think we did this before because it kind of sits inside. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did this before. Maybe there's a green one with a shank. A shrank. Yeah. Ah, that's pretty. Does it show up well? The pink's a little too close. I think we're going to do that one. What else have we got? Okay, let's try this. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the purple wires yet. But what I'll do for this is I'm going to just go in here and bend it. So that's like the shank, like that. You know, honestly, I should be taking pictures of this. So let's take a picture of this. Okay. Okay. I'll take a picture. I'm going to go that. Okay, just like that. So that'll be like that. Okay. So now we are going to take this and stick this one through the middle of these buttons. Bring it down. Here's the, I should have trimmed the green one. I'm going to bring it down in the middle. So that'll go in there. And then what we want to do is, well, we could go ahead and just bend that one here. Bend the green one up and then bring this one down. Okay, so that'll be in the middle. So then what we want to do is actually secure it in the purple ones. So let's bring it underneath the purple ones. Okay, so that'll be here and here. Now, what we want to do is actually take this and bring it around then this one, take this, and we're going to bring it around here. I think that's going to work. This is way too long, so let's just trim that and make sure this is going to be held in place. And then this one too, I'm not, whoopsies, I'm not quite sure how we're going to do this, but we're going to bend this one around here. So why don't I just go ahead and at least trim that one off, and hopefully this is the right thing to do. And then we're going to take this one and bring it here under. How was your bun?
It was really good, thank you.
Good. I'm almost done. Was it less dry than the last one?
I'm sorry?
Was it less dry than the last
I
one?
put it in the microwave for quite a while, so.
Okay. Cool. I'm almost finished. I'm just making flower buttons. Button flowers. Okay, so I'm trying to get this so these buttons match up. I'm having a little bit of issue pushing these buttons, the bottom buttons together, so I'm just going to kind of force them together. So they now connect, and then this one, we're just going to pull it tighter than I did the other one, because the other one I think wasn't tight enough. But now if we pull it tight enough, these two should go together pretty well. I might be able to tighten up the other one a little more. We're going to see. So we're going to trim that one. And I'm going to make sure that these are together. This one, I think we could go ahead and just clip that. Although, like I said, I might put it through the paper to hold it in place. We're going to push this one up a bit. We're going to make sure these buttons connect. And, this one, it's kind of like in the way. I don't know if there's a better way to fix this. I don't really like the way that's showing. So let me bring this one up here. What if we just like really bring it up this way? I have to take my glasses off because I won't be able to see. Okay, so I'm going to bend it over. I went it above this time because I found underneath it was like not showing well, and now this bottom one I'm going to tighten because I found that the buttons weren't close enough together. But if I wiggle this in a way, the buttons will approach each other and it should be better. There, that should be good. So this is really cute, just a little tiny button. Now how are we going to attach it to the card? Well, let's start with the main one, which is this one. Now, do we have a little end wire we can put through? I don't have an end wire, but what I can do is get another wire to attach it. So I'm gonna, because this stuff is really thick, let me get some skinnier wire. I'm actually gonna just remove some of these from my table because I always like to clean up as I go. And right now it's a real mess. So I'm gonna put all these twisty wires together in their bag. There we go. And they came in a big long bag. So I'm going to put them in here. We're going to put them all back in their big long bag. And they come with instructions, sort of instructions. I think they have tutorials on the website. So what I'll do is I'll link up the twisty wires. You can get them on Amazon. I'll link them up in the description. And then it comes with this that links you up to all kinds of tutorials and stuff. So, and they last a long time. I don't think they're expensive. They're for kids' crafts and stuff. But they're really fun. And they're very soft. Like you can undo them and do them up again. Okay, so those are out of the way. I'm going to throw all my bits out after. Close up some of this stuff. Okay, and here's that. Okay, what have we got? Got all kinds of random flowers. Some are going on the piece and some aren't. So the ones that didn't make the cut are these two, but I will put a photo of them in the description. I'm going to maybe just trim this off because I don't think I'm going to use it for much of anything. So I will cut one of these small and cut one a little longer. Okay, so we're going to put that at the side. And then the Lily of the Valley too, I'm going to put at the side. But there will be photos in the community section that you can see what they look like. And if you guys do other things with these designs, let me know. I'm always curious to see what people do. Now, maybe this looks better directly on a darker background. Now I wish there were more people on the live stream that could give me some advice, because that shows up nicely, right? Okay, but they're a little random. But then we could also put them directly on here, but I find that they don't show up as well. So maybe we'll just put them on the white. I guess I could go in with watercolor and lighten it up a little bit. At least it's not pure white. So I'm gonna get a pin that I can stick this on with, and I'll get a skinnier wire. Oh, I just ordered some wire from, I wanted to show you guys this. This is from Michael's. Michael sells these value pack wires. They're great for practicing bead landing. You can get 3. I think they were $14.99 Canadian, but if you have a 30% off coupon, it ends up being a lot cheaper. So they have 18 gauge, 20 gauge, and 24 gauge. So it's super handy. I'm not sure it says tarnish resistant as artistic wire, but like I said, it's great for practicing. So I will get a piece of the gold. They have silver too, but the gold is a nicer color. Okay, perfect. So let us go ahead and take a piece of wire, decent size, because I might need a few little pieces. And I will not want to lose my end, so I'm going to actually wind this end around to be sure. Perfect. So we got that. I'm going to have a sip of water. And we want to place these in a way that they look nice. Now, I'm not even sure I have enough room on this card. So go figure about that. And we're going to, I might actually not use all these. But we're going to see. I like this little cute little one with the flower thing. Let's start by just adding this big one in the middle. Okay, so we're going to get a piece of 24 gauge. And we're going to make a U. Remove some of this other stuff. Okay, excellent. Make a little wire U. We're going to hook it into the back of this flower, maybe around here. There we go. Bend it so it comes up. And we want to make a hole maybe around here. We want it high enough, right? So let's just put it centered here. Okay. Now, we're going to have to put, I like to put both wires in there, although you can make 2 holes if you want. So we're going to put one there through first. With the 24 gauge wire, you could get away with this and pull it right to the back, okay? And then from here, you just want to push these in opposite directions, like those little brads, I think they call them, or brats for scrapbooking. So you stick that there. Perfect. So there's that. Now, next one. You could stick this right through as well. But where do you want that? Where do we should probably figure out our composition first. Maybe the purple should go lower because the major color in that is purple. So what if we put, I don't know, let's just not overthink it. Let's stick a hole here. But you're going to have to make the hole bigger if we want to get that 18 gauge wire in there. So if it doesn't fit, we might have to make it bigger. Yep, we have to make that hole bigger. And if you need help, get your precision round nose pliers to make it a little bigger. Okay, and get that in there. Okay, so now we have that one in there and that one, and that can just like go down like this. And we're going to end up just bunching these all together in the flower pot. So don't worry too much about it. You can go ahead and trim them. I would say we're going to trim them more after, but we can trim them to there. Okay, pretty. Now, what's next? Yeah, see this one I didn't put a leaf on it either, but I could. And then there's this one that had a single leaf. And we can put that one, kind of wish that one was higher, lower. I want a little more variety in my heights. Maybe lower, or maybe higher. Maybe this could go there and that can go there. Let's play around with the composition first. And then that one can go there, I guess. Oh, but now we have like cool colors on one side and warm colors on the other. So let's scoot this purple one over here. You can use your color theory knowledge when doing your composition. Okay, I do want this. Okay, now we could pinch the petal in a little more too if you want. I do like this one being higher because I think if this one's too high, to me the composition is a little off. But this is where you can play around with it and see. So this goes there, that goes there. Do I want that one down? And then that's always the highest one. Otherwise you could have that up, but this one looks a little unbalanced. So let's move this down. If you really want this one to be higher, you could move the hole up a little bit, but not too much, or it's not going to. Yeah, see, just say for example, you do want to put it a little higher. At least we have that. So carefully, you can like remove that. I wouldn't put it up too much higher though, or you're going to run out of room. So sometimes I like close up the hole. Let's put it up a little bit higher. Again, make that a little bigger. Stick that in there. We're going to see if that's better, composition-wise. And we still have enough wire to put in the pot. So that way, now when you do this guy, he can go a little lower, and it looks a little more balanced. So here, let's just do him, say about here. And you see on the back, one's lower, one's higher. And we can still change it. It's never too late to change it. So make that hole a little bigger. Bring that one here. Stick it in there. And yeah, if you need a little lower, because I think so I just move it over a little bit. Don't worry, because these holes are going to be covered. We're going to stick that in there. There. Let's see what that's like. That's kind of cool. Okay, so we've got that, and now this guy. Okay, we're going to bring this one in here. I think I do want to do a little leaf on him though. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a little leaf. Okay. Doesn't have to be too big. Gosh, I think that's my longest live stream yet. I was going to go on for like an hour. And ended up being quite long. So kudos to people who are staying on a little longer. Okay, so now we're going to do that. And then maybe I will do one other one up because I have enough. There. I'm going to make that one a little smaller. Okay, so we're going to see. Go like that and like that. And then you want to see where this one should be placed. So probably I would say around here. Okay. Yeah, I didn't need much gold after a while. After all, I'm happy I kept these little ends on the flowers. Okay. And bend it up or down, up. Okay. And then if this is too long on the back, and you can, if you're worried about the coming out, you can tape the back too. That's not a problem. Okay, so we've got that, that, and then one more. Let's make sure the leaf stays on top. There. Push that over a bit. Wow, this is so much fun. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys to everybody who's stayed on the whole time, because this has been a good one. Good thing I like talking to myself. No problem with that. But I miss you guys. I'm sorry that I didn't announce the live stream earlier. Okay, so now because we don't have the wire left over in the back, we have to make one of those wire U's. So we're going to do that and that. I'm going to trim that. I put that with my scrap wires. And we have to figure out where this is going to go. Well, I don't want it too low, because if we do a, you know what? I might not even do a pot. I might just put a ribbon or something on those. And now I'm thinking I don't want that pot, the flower pot. I mean, I might. So if we put this here, let's get this one here. Okay, we're going to put this here. Here. And I think so it won't slip out. I'm going to just wind it around a little bit more. Okay, we're just going to do that. Wind this up. Okay. So we have that there. Okay. And now I'm going to get this here. So, oh, we could also put it kind of on top. It doesn't have to be to the side. You could put it there or there. You guys can decide composition wise. I feel like there's a little space here. Maybe we'll put it in here. Let's try it. There we go. Let's give that a shot. Yeah, because composition is always something that takes a little bit of like troubleshooting. So let's try it here. I can always change it. And we're going to spread those. Okay, so we have those all together like that. But this is a little low now, so maybe it should have gone higher. Yes, see, you could put that, but now that looks a little cheap. So why don't we try to put, I don't know if we could put a ribbon on it, and then these can be different heights. I'm also not sure about these. I'm not sure about the leaves on this one. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to unroll this one, bring the leaf over to maybe completely unroll it, because I'm not sure I want the leaves on that after all. I might just want it like that. Okay, I might just want it like that, because we don't need that many leaves. Okay, so we've got that, that. Okay, so let's see how this is going to look. Well, it kind of looks like it's sticking out of here, but that's okay. Okay, we've got those leaves, 2 leaves, 1 leaf, 2, and then this one is has no leaf, but I don't know if it needs a leaf or not. I'm not sure yet. So I don't mind the pot. I feel like it could be a little bit maybe smaller, because if you're going to do the pot, we just need, because I could do a ribbon, but I also like the idea of the pot. Let me trim it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to to trim it a little bit. And put that around. And that one around. And that one around here. Okay. There we go. Whoops. Okay, so if we did the pot like that, I mean, we could do it right to the bottom. It might be better to put it right to the bottom because I think that we're going to run out of room. So let's just do it, okay? Let's just do it. We're going to just, because like I said, you can put a bow on there. It would look kind of cute, but let's just do this. Okay, we're going to stagger the length of these ones. I'm going to bring this one down a little more. That one a little more. That one a little higher. Okay. So we've trimmed the ends. Too late for the ribbon now. We could, but you could do a ribbon if you wanted to. Get a ribbon, tie a bow, and put it on top there. It'd be super, super cute. So maybe what I'm going to do is, you know what I can do? Just to give you guys an idea. Let me get a piece. Oh, you can even do it with this wire. You know, maybe I regret cutting it so short. Okay. So say you're going to do a ribbon, you can just get a wire or a ribbon and you can like tie it. That's so funny. I just did a knot tutorial recently. Okay, so we're going to tie it tight and then you can like do a kind of a, you can do a, like a ribbon thing. I don't know the best way to do the ribbon, but I mean, it's actually really cute. You know what, I kind of like the ribbon. I don't know if we can do that. Let me just see. Let me just see. I'm not sure if I should have tied it right away. Maybe I should have done the ribbon, done the bow first. Let me just see. Okay. I'm gonna try this. Okay, so if we bring this, see, you can just smooth it out. So say we do a ribbon like that. Okay, let's try this. Let's do this again. So I'm gonna do like that, and then like that. Okay. I guess like that, but then you have to also like tie it around. Maybe this one goes like that. And then you have to tie this around here maybe. I'm just playing around with this. I don't know the best way to do the ribbon. So if you guys have a better way to do it. I don't want it too bulky either. So what we can do is maybe let me just think. Bring that like down here, maybe. So they are attached, and then just take this and bring it around. Let's see how that's going to look. Maybe that's better. Okay, I'm going to do that. Try that. I'm going to spread these a bit. Yeah, because I've already kind of like cut them staggered a little bit. So we could even, if it's too far from the bottom, we could even, how do you say? Here, just let me think for a second. Maybe this goes like through here or something. I feel like we need it more attached, like a little better here. If we bring it through here. Okay, we're just going to bring it right through here. So it's a little bit more attached. Now, I don't know how well that's going to sit, but I do like the idea of the ribbon, or you can use an actual ribbon. Okay, but if we bring this one down here, bring those down here, you could poke one into the card. It might make a bit of a hole, but you could also, let me try something else. I find that really bulky. Okay, let's get another piece, because maybe we can attach it with something else. So let's just try if we do that and that. Okay, like that. Okay. And what if we just try to attach it here, like here, and like that, maybe like that. If we put that on here and then we find another way to attach it on there that it doesn't look so bulky. Unless we just do, like, take one of these. I think I already tried this. Okay, let's just try this. No. I think we just have to find a way to hold these together. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just let me think for a sec, because if we bring them around here, I think I did that before, maybe just around here, just to make them look like they're more attached, and then maybe get another wire to hold that down. I could just use the gold wire. It probably wouldn't really matter. Or if I had a thinner pink wire. Let me look at my thinner pink wire. Okay. 24. I have silver. I think I'll just grab a scrap of the gold. I think that's fine. So let's just do another scrap of the gold. So you have your option. You have a bow, or you can do the pot. I mean, I don't dislike the pot, but because, you know, it's a wire channel, let's just do the gold. Okay, so what we're going to do is just take these, this goes there. Let's wrap these up. Okay, wrap it up. And there we go. So we're going to just wrap those up. And attach the, well, you know what I'll do first maybe is just poke a hole in here to go to the back. So we're going to go ahead and bring this one into the hole. to hold it in place. So we've got that down in there, perfect. And then we need to attach the bow. You can try to make these sit a little more flat if you like. It doesn't really matter because they're already pretty like three-dimensional. Oh, this should go in the middle though. Yeah, we don't want, okay, I'm gonna try to bring this one over here. Let me just loosen it up a bit. So I kind of want the light green to be in the middle here and this one to be over here. That's fine. I think it's not going to show too much. It's just to have them a little bit more varied in color. So now we're going to try to attach the bow over top in a way that it's going to hold. So why don't we bring it up here. What if we, let me just loosen this a bit. I'm going to just push that one up a bit. I want to loosen this a little bit so we can bring the green one to the middle, the big green one, if we can. Okay, so we're going to bring the green one up. There. Let's bring the green one over top of this dark green one. And we're going to bring it over. Okay, perfect. There. Perfect. Excellent. Okay. Ish. So we want this one in the middle. And we want that one to the side. Okay, so we can do that. Tighten it up a bit. And then what I'm going to do is actually bring this wire back up, I think, if I can, in between, like maybe even here. We're going to bring it up again. It might tear. It might not work because it might just tear the paper. But we're going to try. We're going to bring it up here in the middle and bring it here this way. And bring it back down over here. Maybe we could go back through the hole that we went through originally. Maybe. We're going to see. Let's see if we could poke it through again. Get some pliers and poke it through. It's not quite going, but that's the idea. So I'm going to bring this one up here and try to maybe just wind it around. Would that work? Oh, I could just go back through the same hole as I was in the first place, or I could just bring it up in another hole. This part's really finicky, so whatever works for you is great. This one I'm going to bring down. I'm going to maybe like go around the, maybe I could just go around either side. There. I'm going to go around the, yeah, so there, I just went around a few times. It's okay, there's the gold is showing. And then now we're just going to go, I think we should go to the back again. But I don't want to break that hole much. You know what I could do? I'm just going to clip it. And this one too, I'm just going to clip it because it's kind of like too much wire. Okay. Okay, and then this, I'm thinking if I stick a wire through here, it won't pull through the paper. So if we just kind of stick a wire through here, and it shouldn't, in theory, shouldn't tear through. We're going to see. Anyways, this is going to be attached to the back. So try to find a way that you can, I think it's going to just, it shouldn't tear through like that. And then from there, we want to make this as discreet as possible. So pinch it up a bit to hide the gold as much as you can. If you have a better way to make the bow, by all means, go for it. I'm going to trim off these extra little bits. Same on this side. We have an extra little bit. And then I will post pictures in the community section. And thank you to everybody who stayed on for the live stream. And I will, yeah, I'll post a picture, and I'll post a picture in the Wire Makers Club. And just let me finish these little ribbons, and then we'll be done. There, it's cute. It's definitely cute. I think there's maybe, you know, maybe another solution to the ribbon. And like I said, you can either do a bow like this. I really wish this gold wasn't showing, but I think if I put it underneath, it'll be a little more discreet. Okay, so, and if you have a different color. Yeah, oh, look how cute. Okay, so this, and then you can bring these in a little bit too if you want. Okay, that's fine. It's good. So I like it, you know, I like that idea, and if you want to do a pot, you can put a pot instead. I'll have to ask Mimi what she thinks is better. So we did that. We did this flower. We did Lilies of the Valley, and we did an ant. So that was an insanely long live stream. Let me flip the screen and say goodbye. Oh, there's the neighbors. Yay! So thank you everybody for hopping on the live stream, and I'm sorry I had to do a day late, but you can watch the replay or you can zip through it, or if there's anything you need help with, let me know. I'll put the designs in the button ebook, so you'll have good pictures of them and like the in progress and templates in the button making ebook. It won't, I won't have the additions in it for another couple of days, but I'll add those. And I hope everybody has an amazing rest of the day, an amazing night, and we'll see you next time. Bye.